So what we're going to be talking about, especially myself, I'm going to be talking to you about a glimpse of what is energy medicine is about. Okay? So that's what we'll be doing it. So this is a turning point ahead. That's what we're gearing up for. We don't have to be bumped, so we're going to look at what's ahead of us, then we can move forward. Next. Lack of knowledge is no more an excuse. Knowledge is power. How do we use them is another. But awareness is the key. Incidentally, that's the topic that I've written with you, Patrick, with Dr. Bruce Lipton and others. So observation is the key to bring it into awareness, and awareness will get you into knowledge domain, and then you can look and see how you can bring it to a practical, applicable level. That's what we're talking about. Next. So we'll start with speaking about our own scriptural, the scriptures, what is said in the Vedas and Upanishads. Nothing is solid in the world that we presume to be looking, seeing, feeling as solid. And everything that appears to be in the manifestation, actually it's not solid. But in our scriptures, it is simplified. But they forgot to give us the working sheet that allowed them to come to this conclusion called Maya. The moment we say Maya, it's an illusion. It's an illusion that it appears to be solid, but it is not solid. Okay? So then what are we about? So it is fundamentally, it's the thoughts which create. But then we don't have an access to even observe our own thoughts. Keep that in mind, because as I said, this is going to be a tip of an iceberg. It's a thinking session. It's about looking and seeing what is it. Now, some people can argue, okay, I have my thoughts, but it's not going to affect anything. But please be aware, it does affect. Number one. Number two, we are looking at our physical body. Now, this physical body, all of you are looking at me. And I look solid with my dimensions, 3-dimension, height, weight, everything. And then, am I really solid? We are not. But as I said, it is given in the scriptures like Maya, and they left it at that. Now, I tried to decode it because it's an ancient science, and I don't have a patience, not in this lifetime, to really read those, Sanskrit and then decode them. I don't think I'm ready for it. But I chose an easier path, a shortcut, bypass. So then I look at these quantum scientists all over, then I read them and I look at what is in it for us, then refer it to our scriptures. So that's how I decoded this. So our thoughts are linked to this invisible energy, and that they determine what the energy forms or manifest. Now I always give this simple example, which is very much we are accustomed to see. All of you might have seen a fish tank, a fish aquarium in which the fishes are there. The question to everybody here is one fish separate from the other? No. What makes you think no? Some people say yes, they are separate. They move in their own realm until they make a mischief. No. We are in fact, the fish when we are looking at a different realm. They live in a world called water, and that water is visible to us, but for the fish, that's its world. And any movement it may make, anything it does, irrespective of what's the intention, motive behind it, it definitely affects everything else. Okay? And then, now look at ourselves. We all are on the planet Earth. Like the water which is connecting the fish in that controlled environment of aquarium, what connects us? Air, atmosphere, different levels, right? But there's a level that we also able to breathe. Beyond that, we cannot get oxygen. But tell me something. Are we really separate? We all live in the same controlled environment called the earth, connected by this huge field of energy called atmosphere, and we all are, in the same realm swimming, appear to be separate. But whatever we do, think, feel, everything affects another. Period. Okay, so that is exactly is what I say. So there is, even your thought, feelings, everything is definitely affecting. Next. So I was speaking to you about decoding this illusionary solid manifestation called the body, because that's what I'm interested in, not anything else. We can do the rocks and trees and everything, but I'm talking about the physical realm called the human being. We are a product of a donation or a gift given by our parents, those cells from each one of them, right? And then those two cells coming from mom, coming from dad, form together into one single cell, and then it starts dividing. Now if you're calling that one cell has an acquired information of the total lineage from your dad's side and your mom's side and your own evolutionary process in that one cell. That intelligent it is. Then it starts dividing, multiplying, dividing, and when it divides itself, starts forming into tissues, organs, and then they start functioning. It takes minimum and a perfect timing to form a perfect healthy body, 9 months. Anything before that, we call it premature. And that 9 months is one cell multiplying itself, copying itself, forming into organs and tissues, makes you. Trillions of cellular structure. Different information, different. Like what ultimately cell? Brain cell, skin cell, blood cell, bone cell, but we are cells. Now, let us look once. Let's take any of these cells, examine it. What is it made up of? We can talk about the anatomy, the membrane, the nucleus, the chromosomes, mitochondria, but let's look at what is this one cell is made up of. Millions and millions of molecules. Suppose you decode that and take any of the molecules and look, we can always say 75% of the molecules in our body is water. But if you really want to look and see what is it made up of beyond physics, it is only atomic structure. Now if you want to study further, all of us have studied atoms. Everything is atom, at least for this level. The atom is made up of electron, proton, neutron, now a little bit of pulsar, quasar, XYZ, but these are fundamental. We call them subatomic particles, but definitely there is a rethink on the whole is it matter or a wave? That's another subject to discuss. But what about the rest of it? We call them space, we call them energy and left it. Now, but have you ever considered what's the percentage between the electron, proton, neutron, which brings the matter to reality called the matter into manifestation? But the rest is how much percentage ratio? 99.99%. Next slide. 99.99%. Next. Next. 99.99999999% space energy. And the physical realm, you and me, are only 0.00001% called the physics, biochemistry, and the biology. Now, every other realm of health, wellness, treatment is fundamentally dealing with the physics, the biochemistry, and the biology. So what we quantum scientists are aspiring to do is decode this 99.999% space. What does it contain? How does that enable or inform the electron, proton, neutrons to be who you are? Because the wood I'm standing on is also atomic structure. The body I am is atomic structure. The brass is atomic structure. The ceiling is atomic. The air we breathe is atomic structure. But what makes me me? Why am I not the wood? So that is decoded in that 99.999% space. Now for a moment, think of yourself like, next slide, like the fish tank that I just spoke to you about, aquarium, and the earth. Now we are looking separate human beings in different forms. And with 99.999%, are we not the same? We all are connected. Incidentally, I am me and you're here, there. And so is our life is about separatism. That's another spiritual thought. A separatism. You're better than me, I'm better than you. You're different and I'm different. No, we are the same. Just like an organ or a body with trillions and trillions of cellular structure functioning with such cooperation and coordination from the top to bottom. And I'm talking now and I'm not thinking that I'm talking, and I'm moving now. I'm not thinking I'm moving before I do, but it just coordinates in a millionth of a second. So why can't an earth human being of 8 billion be cooperative and coordinated in that single oneness? Is a thought you can take home, think about it. Okay, next. So the doctors of the future, and most of them, I'm really blessed. When I call for a thing, unlike the other people complain about medical allopathic fraternity, they are the ones who are with me, and I feel really blessed. So therefore, rather than the doctors are trained in the physiology, biochemistry, which is very important. They are the emergency handlers, they give us quick remedies, they know perfectly how to diagnose you. But we also have to have a futuristic doctor who will also read, learn, know this 99.999% space too. That's the future. Okay, next. So this is my favorite. It is time to redefine a form of medicine based on the new scientific model of understanding of the universe according to quantum physics, a creative integrative medicine. This is, you know, you're a part of that. Quantum University is run by Dr. Paul Dhruva, and he has done fantastic. One thing, good or bad, he has chosen these gems and diamonds from all over the world, put them together, and he does this. So our country, with 1/3 of our population of the world living here, and the maximum health care is needed here, rather than looking at the statistics, alarming statistics of what is there, we have to start looking at the solution. And I'm so happy, Dr. Sri Prakash, you mentioned it. That's what I wanted, and I want people. 5-6 of you known to me very well for years, and you know my work. Here is a time to really put an action plan for a quantum doctor to be trained like a fellowship. If there are non-medical doctor can be trained in physics, biology, biochemistry, plus the quantum science. That's what we are looking at. Okay, and thanks for saying that. Next. So the vision is about creating a world, a space that will enable the quantum transformation for the empowerment of self and community, a disease-free planet Earth. What I meant by that is a disease-free human being. Because we are the maximum contributor of energy to Earth because of a chakra system. From the time we are born, we are connected, planted, grounded on Earth. What we do, what we think, what we feel contributes to the planet Earth. So therefore, rather than looking at how do I go to the world, 8 billion people become healthy, no, start with you. If one person is sick in the family, you know what happens? Compromise on economics, compromises on harmony, schedule, routine, everything. If we are healthy, family is healthy, so is the communities and the country and the globe. That's where we'll begin. Simple step, strong step. Next. A quantum energy is the future of our world, a very simple method, non-invasive, scientific and effective. We have done a lot many cases which I will share with you a few of it, and as Dr. Sri Prakash said, I still live with that guilt. I because I saw it and I said he's in trouble, and he has to take corrective measures, and then he went to the hospital. After a week, I came to know. I could have just applied a low-level, LLT. I'm always holding it. Brain tap, I would have done it. I would have done my DNA reprogramming like that. It would have taken care. But then I missed the bus because we were so busy eating dokalas. Next. So, this was my wake-up call. Otherwise, I'll tell you, I'm a simple surgical instrument manufacturer, and I know my life very well, where it should go. Very ambitious. I used to run two industries, and many more working for me. Ophthalmic is my specialty. That's how he knows me also. But simultaneously, I was seeking spirituality, but then I slowed down, scaled down my work in business. Then I was quiet, working for myself. This statistics which I read, unfortunately, in 2014 was alarming. It just said 468 billion, and then in 2015 they were looking at 968. I was saying, what? Then one level I said, now you've scaled down your business, come back, jump into the wagon, get into your surgical mode. Another side I said, listen, if there is a demand for this kind of a wellness industry potential, then there are human beings who are seeking health solutions. Therefore, means that there is more people falling ill. So what are you going to do? Claim yourself to be a spiritual person? What? Or you're not responsible? Then I said, let me wait 2015 when I entered MedLab. And then I saw it wasn't 968 as they were predicted. It was 1,500 billion. That was like, knock it, you should do something. Now the prediction 1920 is 1.5 trillion. That's an Indian wellness industry. Now, what do we mean that? That many people are falling ill. Do we have a solution, sure shot, or are we fighting the fire? Thought to take home. Is it they wait for them to do a research and come around and come this way, or we are going to knock and tell them this is another way, take it. You see, this is what we are here. Inspiration, probing, prodding, showing them what's possible, then we can take it forward. Definitely I wanted to reverse this. Are you with me on that? Yep. Next. Okay. Now next. I said next. Okay. So I said we are the creators. I just said we connect and we are contributing, and we are all the time connected with our self until we go from here in different form. And if you see this is a very interesting thing. It was a download for me, and I was trying to paint it. Then after searching in the Google NASA, I found what exactly I saw in my vision. We are, as human beings, are the center of the universe. Did you know that? We think isolated, only Earth, tiny little one, might have come out from the sun and cooled XYZ. No. True sense, anything if it is to happen to the universes of universes in human form, you and me. Period. And why I'm saying that, if you could see, which is the center of the Milky galaxy? Do you think the yellow portion? No. If you see the Earth, where is the center of the Earth? The axis point. Isn't that? Not the equator, the axis point. North Pole and the South Pole connected, right? Now, if you see the universe, there is a sun in the Orion's Perseus arm. And that is where the pole starts. The sun, the family of planets of the sun, and in the sun, the earth. So therefore, guys, we everyday work, what we do, what we speak, what we think, what we feel, enables the entire universe. That's the center. You can take my slide later if you want. So therefore, we got to be more responsible, because we are 21st century enabled, evolved human being in our consciousness level, in every level possible, technological outbreak and deteriorating in our health. We got to equally keep this, also have a breakthrough, and we are the creators. Next slide, please. So, when we are working in the world of quantum energy medicine, that's what we named it. We work on the spiritual realm, physical realm, emotional and mental. All levels possible. We also look at your past, the cellular memories and your acquired memories, your implanted memories, or affected by another dense energies, whatsoever. We work on all the 4 levels. And we use certain technology. I will just quickly run through. Next. So quantum technology as a new paradigm. Next. This is one of the machine Dr. Sri Prakash said. Most of the doctors who are here, medical doctors, superbly enabled and highly qualified, they have undergone this, and I've got more than 5,000 plus reports. This report is an energy report of your physical realm. Before the disease comes to your body, in the physical realm. So it detects much earlier, just one, and it's a Japanese technology. Japanese person has enabled this, manufactured this. I have it. Most of them agreed on what is their physical condition and what is that it shows here. So it's a fantastic machine. Don't go by the Google, whatever they speak about, buy it from the right source and you'll do a fantastic job. Rather than drawing the blood, thousands of rupees spent only on diagnosis, you could diagnose like this. Okay, the next. And all of you will get an opportunity. Can you play the video? Just click on it. We'll see whether it comes. In Russia and other countries, they use this. Every medical doctor uses it. Our country do not use, because we're not looking at other countries as much as USA. And next. It's not playing, I think. Next. This is a very simple detox. We have done psoriasis, varicose vein, leaking varicose vein, knee pain, sciatica, any kind of smokers and alcohol addict, everything. Only a simple 30 minutes regime, and it's good. If you all are interested, we can set up for you to go through. We have seen, again, there is a very diverse reports in the Google. You have to choose what you want to listen. I have known a chemotherapy patient, when they come to me and I do a detox, I can get the smell of a chemical. If a smoker comes, and I'll know smokers, and the lungs, the alcoholic, psoriasis, everything, varicose vein, we have done it all. And so our protocol is very, very simple. One, just detox your body. 4 sessions we recommend. Then get your blood flowing properly in your body, all the organs. You are done it. You are healthy. Okay? Next. So this is the one before and after. Next. So this is one system we use to detect the energy field. Now you're seeing only me. You're not able to see what's here happening. What's the color? What is happening here? So we do this one, and right now I don't have a gadget, but I used to do this in pyramid quite a lot. When they're meditating, what is the morphic field? What is the, everything? And we used to also diagnose them much earlier, which organ is getting failed, looking at the color coded. Next. So this is while they are meditating, the same pyramid in the evening in amphitheater, you could see the energy field, because of collective thought processes. Next. This is one of my favorite photographs, not because I look good, but because the next one tell you why. This is one of the Nagpur photographs. We took it when we went on a riverbed. I was conducting a meditation across to clear that energy in that field. Then I analyzed it after 4 years. Let me see that, show you. Next picture. Next picture, please. No, I'm not sannyasi. Look at my aura, please. Come on, that's why I'm showing you off. Look at my aura up to that, horizon, the crown chakra there. And see, oh yes, we all are open, by the way. There is a myth called block in the energy. Please, there's a myth. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Next. So I use an aura machine, which is, again, a person, Guy Coggins from States, Redwood City. He worked with the HP director, the Hewlett Packard director, bringing that IT. He developed a beautiful biosensor system in which I've got 5 programs here. You can detect IRUV. You can have a live video happening between the healer and the patient. You can also take a simple PDF format and you can do a reading for them. And the machine does fantastic work in interpretation, mostly positive, but I put on my goggles, matlab clairvoyancy, then I look at from 0 from the time conception, what happened until then. So I truly believe this lifetime you deal with it. Because you come with the opening balance. Don't deal with the earlier one. If you can't find any solution, then you go there and open the books and see it. So in this lifetime only, there's a lot to deal with. So I work with that. So next picture, please. So this is like one person, it's like my favorite, one of its kind. 17-year-old, but he was doing a meditation, but did not reach that, didn't get it, that kind of experience. I did his aura, that was his chakra first time, and the second time after 1 month, and then after that 5 months. What did we do? We never intervened externally. Mantra, crystal, seed, nothing. What we did, clean from internal. Just clean. Give up your right to punish people. Give up your right to be making your parents wrong. Give up your spouse, that anger that you have. Give up your own guilt about yourself, XYZ. And by that itself, they move to a different realm. Okay, next please. So aromatherapy we recently added, and because aromatherapy is really beautiful, in our country we are well known for essence, we burn those sticks and everything, but scientifically doing those with these acupuncture points are yielding amazing result from the nature. What is interesting is the molecules of those essential oil is 30 times more than your body's molecule. And it's simple method of triggering your, capillaries, and then the frontal lobe triggers, and then you're back. So few sessions and you can bring back. Simple method, anybody can learn, anybody can heal. Self-healing is the best healing. Okay, next. We have also added sound therapy. This is Summit photograph. After I came back, I went into action, added those gongs, because I can't not do it. So we do play. Definitely we'll send you to a different realm when we do a music like that. And we use, as I said, we are 99.9999% space. And the sound you create, the frequency you create, enables to shape shift your body to a proper health. Okay, so we use that. Next. Varmam therapy, again, our director, Ivy Reddy, learning from Ramesh Babuji, and he is an inspiration, trust me. If anyone here sitting here and thinking I'm 60 above, I have nothing to do in life, my partner is a true inspiration. 65, he started a new career with me. And he's so amazing, so amazing. He keeps learning. He done diploma, and he's doing a diploma. He's completing next month, and he's amazing with his work. Okay, and he is a super expert in SC5, which we'll be talking about, and he's also working with SKIO. Okay, next. So SC5 is another technology you will get to know. See, all those technology which I'm using is what is going to be demonstrated here. Very simple, because tried and tested. Okay, so you can use it too. So SC5 is a whole world by itself. You can do everything. Okay, there's only one simple difference between biofeedback machine and this, which I use eductor, SKIO eductor, is that here you have to decide the protocol. Okay, then you check on what happened. That's how I do. I decide a protocol with a client. Then I transmit to them, because this works on information. Information, scalar energy, frequencies. So when that is transmitted to the person, no matter where he is on planet Earth, the change happens. I wait 24 hours, then I do an analysis, then I resend it. In 10 sessions, we can put anybody into perfect health. Okay, it's a very beautiful technology you have to consider. The next one. And yes, that is Dr. Sunny Bavasar will be doing on SC5. This is a biofeedback machine, I said. This is like, for me personally, is a validation of what I do. I'm a clairvoyant, and I can get into anybody's body and work with this molecular level and come out. But this system enables me to see what have you done. What happened to it? From the amino acids level to the toxic, to the endocrine system, to everything, then and there it will tell me. So you have a super expert, Jacqueline Jacks, Dr. Jacqueline Jacks here. She just arrived from Tiruvannamalai, and she will be taking a class on this, and 2 lectures she has, so don't miss her lectures at all, please. If time permits, she will also do a demo. I've got an assistant for you, okay? So good. Next. Next. It also works with the DNA, yeah? Because I said I do with the DNA and I can check it and it will tell me which are the chromosomes. There's a 5 infra chamber and it's beautiful. 10 sessions, you sit inside and you're done like that. Okay, detoxing, deep down. Next. This is another amazing thing. Tomorrow I'll be doing a presentation. This is 5 system rolled in one, hydrotherapy. And this is a German technology and much earlier in 1800s. But now I'm so lucky I have this system and we do the spine problem. We do just for rejuvenation, just go get into the tub. Millions of bubbles hitting at you and those essential oil we give, ultrasound, far infra. 20 minutes of it is equivalent to 2-3 kilometers of your jogging. That good it is, okay? So we'll be demonstrating that too. And next, please. And this is for the full body. This is for the feet. Okay, next. We have avoided the knee surgery with this. Next is a low-level laser. And Neeraj Agarwal is here who will be doing a lecture on that. This is like handy for me. I always hold it in my purse. And there's one more user here. This is so good, so good. And we have done the myocardial failure of a 33-year-old and we have done a 65-year-old at the same time. This girl took 4.5 months to come with a clean chit. Otherwise, she was supposed to be implanted with a new heart. Okay? And this lady, 65-year-old, came back in 2.5 months, given me a medical report. That's how we work. We take a medical diagnosis, we do our intervention, otherwise they wouldn't have, we don't stop on their any medication. Then we get a report, then we validate our work. This is really beautiful and I'm super excited with Francisco here. So you'll be putting a lot of, knowledge in that and he's there, our Neeraj Agarwal. We'll talk about this. Next. This is a very simple gadget and photobiomodulation through your face and beautiful for the cosmetic. It is very good, but it has got the ability to permeate through your brains and 5 centimeter deep down, and it is able to permeate through your brains and you're able to get 20 minutes of it. Really gives you a lot of rejuvenation. Next. And this is, I use this picture because I don't have a proper picture of yours, Patrick. So I use this. This is another beautiful gadget. It has got few near infrared lights, but I use actually a big headband, which Patrick will be demonstrating. And with this, I can claim we have done, the clots, the arteriosclerosis in the brain and, the paralysis patients, dead neurons, so-called dead, I don't call them dead, I only call them dormant neurons, rejuvenated. My husband is one case. Recently I've done one case in Delhi and it's amazing. And if need be, everybody should have one at home. Trust me. And I wanted to tell you, because I just moved on, laser, the low-level laser which I carried, we had a Lions function and one of my president was supposed to come and she's hefty, a little old. She kept her leg in the car, the driver moved. She fell down and she had several bumps. She had full giddiness. She couldn't have come, but a committed lady, she sat, had a water, then she allowed him to drink. She came like that, fully dizzy, but she said, no, I will preside the function. And then she came, immediately I said, let's take a break 5-10 minutes. Then I worked on a laser. And the next day she went for a CT and the MRI, no clot. So it is somebody should carry it with you if you're a medical doctor. Trust me, this is a recent 1-month-old story I'm telling you. I always carry it and apply. Next. Brain tap. Okay? I simplify it. There's a huge technology behind it, several decades of work. I very simply simplify it. There is an audible range that human beings have. There is also coded frequencies which we human beings cannot listen. But you can only listen to the audible one called Patrick Porter's voice. Okay, through visualization technique, and then you only listen to him and you go to sleep, and then all that the brain works is amazing. So I use this. I must tell you what I cannot achieve in HRV with brain light, that's another we have to discuss, I can achieve with brain tap in 10 minutes with HRV report. And so I was struggling with a lymph node cancer patient for 9 months, and I'm still seeing HRV full dark, 1%, 0% energy, dark brain, no, not even an iota of light. Then I said, put him on brain tap before you do. Then I regularly did. Now his brain is bright. The man is bright. It's not about the HRV showing bright. Truly, he's already been healed. Okay? The next. So you must all try this. There's a demo, and if need be, pick it up. Heart rate variables, medically it is also approved now, so we use them too. Next. The DNA. The DNA is my strength. And I learned this long before in 1993 by fluke. There was this new age spiritual master who keep on, out of the way, say, use me, keep speaking things. And I used to be like a sponge, listening to everything he said. Like observing it, doing my own research. So he taught me how do you tweak with the signature, or how do you bring back the signature cells, that is after the mitosis, 8 cells, how do you bring that to bring back your template of your original body? Not the disease body. Disease body is later as you went in life. So we bring back the template, the original body, replace it with that, and in less than 24 hours, we see result. Non-invasive method, anybody can learn, subject to Rajiv Gandhi University giving me a course. Okay? So I do this for every critical patient. With this, I also do, I can prove the point by seeing the physical matter moves when we do a DNA without any other tools intervention. Okay? No, I'm not going to scare them now. Yes, I did it. I'll come to that. Yeah. Hold on, Dr. Mahesh. I have done this in the year 1993. I used the DNA to reverse my age. On earth, I'm 57-year-old, and I'm proud, 57, but I'm of a 25-year-old. So I've hardly grown. So I fixed my age. Anybody here, takers? Yeah? Good, welcome. So you can fix your weight, we can fix your, height you can grow. You can do a lot of stuff. But it is not simply given away to anybody, everybody right now. But technologically it's available, and I've got few of the Russian doctors whom I'm a great follower of. One of it, Renardenov, later, but the Peter Garaivu, father of wave genetics, I'd been following it for a long many years. In fact, he was supposed to be in my conference, but he's really old. He couldn't come in 2017. This time I didn't ask for it because I didn't have the money to pay. Very simple. Okay, Renardenov would have come. Honest, please. And so putting these minds together is a big challenge, so paying for it is another. So Renardenov, I couldn't give him in time the ticket, and then after I did it, then he couldn't come. He excused himself, but he promised one thing. Rajiv Gandhi University and other university IITs, he is ready to support us in technology. Both Dr. Peter Garaivu as well Dr. Renardenov. Okay, next. Some of the cases quickly I'm going to run. This year, I'm just put it in a yearly ways. This year I'm working on a 38-year-old lady with a melanoma of the left feet. Normally in our country we don't have this disease much. It's very rare. When she detected it and she was operated deep down, and they have to take out the finger and the feet, and mess, really a mess. But she not only had that, she also had a block in her brain in a certain way. So definitely deterioration. Next 5 years was her lifeline. That's stupid to even think. So we are the gods to declare. But there was an American who recommended her husband's friend. He said, quantum energy is the solution, go. Okay, so I had done that work, and now she came with a PET scan, zero any malignant growth. Plus, her fibroid, which we never directly handled it, but got zero. Otherwise, it had 4 centimeters and things like that. And now she's really healthy, and she don't have to worry about it, okay? And the next case I'm doing is a 31-year-old. I'm working on her since 2017. She's a very beautiful case and a challenging case, I can say, because she married and went to America when she was 24. Next 4 years, she did not have her periods, and her fallopian tubes were blocked. Her sella, what we call, was empty. The sac was empty. Pituitary gland was gone. No periods at all, no, not even white discharge. And she used to have the lymph nodes under her arm and everywhere coming up in the wrong places, giving her trouble. She was in trouble. Then she said, I want my periods back. Now I said, okay, we'll do it. But before I take a case, I always meditate whether they are ready for it. Trust me, I don't take every case. We took her, and after, and she had another case. She had a gap in the brain. She was due for a surgery on 25th of November. She came on Skype on the 13th of November. I did, that's the first time or the second time I had tried my hand on a Skype tweaking with the DNA. She went on the 15th for a CT scan. 16th she sent me the report saying the gap is closed by a leather-like substance. American report, medical report, and I have it. I was very excited. I said, okay, next step, let's do it. Pressure reduced, 3 months. Next level was to bring her endocrine system in place, and endometrium 45 reducing it, giving her periods. We began from April, May, June. She started getting white discharge, but more of pimples coming up. But I said, this is a part of your change, because without change in your body, you cannot expect a result. Tolerate, be patient. So we did that, and then August, she had periods. Then absconded for 3 months. Then we worked very hard. January this year, she had 6 days of flow. February, she had March, April, May, she skipped. But now she has full-time, consistent monthly cycle periods. Now we are working on how to give her a baby. Okay, so that's a very challenging 2 years of work, patient work, and patient also being patient, and they keep reporting. And the next time, 64-year with lymphoma of right cervical, he came with a big lump here. Madam, you have met him also, and he's a bank officer. He came really chronic fatigue, couldn't even walk. He has to be brought by his son, get treated, then taken back home, and then after 1 month, he started coming in a cab, then in a metro, and we used to pick him up, then in bus, 2 buses he used to take, and then he used to come, and he's so good. Yet, medical doctor said, you're increasing. I said, show me how. Because initial PET scan report said in centimeters. The current report says in 1 mm, 2 mm. Mathematics. So I said, don't worry, don't rush him to anything else, have patience. But the problem is the ecosystem around them, because the family said, what son are you? You're not treating your father with the proper medical treatment. So son is perturbed, guilty. I have to empower him, his mother and wife, everybody. So it's a whole family is at play whenever we do this. Another case right now which I'm doing is optical, neuritis. 40-year-old man, IT guy, he started losing his eyesight slowly. IT guy losing eyesight, imagine. And he was on a steroid, he regained, and again after 2 years he was deteriorating both the eyes. So he came to me and we said, I think in 1 month we can show you the result, let's see how. Then 15 days, he had one day a complete ear pain, so much of a ear pain. He said, should I go to a ENT specialist? I said, no. It is neuritis, the nerves. Somewhere there is an issue with your nerves. That's getting corrected. By itself, eyes have got ability to transmit light and images. So old. After 2-3 days of pain, then suddenly he had a flash and the eyesight start coming in. So we are working on both the eyes. It will take a little time for us to prove beyond. But interestingly, there's one report the neurologists do that shows no improvement. This is very interesting because to come to the matter level, one is the experience level, to come to the matter level to bring in the diagnosis to the understandable interface with the program you already loaded, it takes a little time. So we have to have patience and work, okay? Another case I'm doing is meibomian gland, the inside the eye, the lid, the meibomian gland swelling. Now ESR was more, doctor's client also. I'm working on him. The ESR is definitely increasing, but his reports are doing really good. So we are working on why is ESR improving so much. You know, another case I'm doing is, he's not here, he'll be coming and joining us, professor of IIT, and I'm doing his throat cancer. He given me permission to speak here, and I've treated him 1.5 to 2 months from distance, and his hemoglobin when I began the work was 4.5, and he had taken a sabbatical and he was sitting at home, and he didn't have the energy to do anything. But fundamentally, they were treating him for urinary infection. But when he came to me after 2.5 months, one look at him and I know liver cirrhosis had a damage. Because he was yellow. When I was working on his lungs, my gloves become yellowish in color. So now we have put him back into pinkishness now, you know, and all the infection is gone, urinary infection is gone. He's got clear urination, but now we are working on the lungs right now. Lungs needs really help. And then I would like to talk about the 68-year-old carotid artery blocks, multiple. Right bulb with tandem eccentric mix with 80%. I'm just giving one of it, the largest, but there were many, 30%, 40%, 60%. And Dr. Madam's son, who's a radiologist as well, he has got this color Doppler. We have got it done. This patient is also, sorry, I called patient, is a client. He also had a pacemaker for 8 years. So he reported, you know, the numbness of the right hand. Then he went there. Both of these carotid arteries are blocked, the main CCA. What will happen to the brain? Doctors did a CT scan. They administered some medication. Then they said, one more CT scan in the next 24 hours. The family said no. I said no, because the kidney will be compromised. Let's wait. And we do. We brought him out without the next CT scan, neither the stunt, multiple stunt. And today just he returned, and every month he'll come here and we will check his Doppler study, and he's fantastic and without any surgical procedure or a stent. Okay, this is really a beautiful case. And I'm going to skip this. Next, please. Next. Next, please. Girish, it's not obliging you. Okay. This is, skip it, I've already told. This is something I would like to show you. This is another case I said. He has got a urinary bladder cancer. He's been treated with chemo, and then he had a brain stroke, and then he lost his memories, and he lost the ability even to breathe. So knowing the case from my husband, because my husband also had a brain stem pons in fact, so he also had that, but they did not pronounce it when I began my line of treatment. And after 1.5 months, we work on a target, you know, like a goal. We said, okay, first Ryle's tube to be removed, recognizing state, oxygen, without oxygen, then urinary tubes removed, then you should be able to walk, talk, whatever. And today, last week's information is that he's in Kashi. Shankat Mochan is one temple. It's got roughed surfaces, and you know, the old temple, 50 plus steps, and he walked and he came back. And also he's got memory on and he's able to talk. So he's another case. That is before and now. And still he has got the right side little bit paralysis. We are working on it. December is his deadline. We have to give him the result. And next. 2015-18 were very interesting cases. This will definitely interest you. Some of you might have been in my last year's conference, but I always show this because this is for me classic what humanity can do with energy medicine. So I am showing it again. This is a cerebral palsy patient. When the baby was 7 months, he had a high temperature, the first child in the family, and then detected of neurons gone dormant, and then CP was declared. For 5 years, the mother quit her job, moved to Bangalore because we have facilities in Bangalore, started dealing with the baby. Then somebody from UK who's a physicist, MD, I think she's I don't know, MD. She recommended by just listening to DNA, she's a part of my thing. She came and I took an aura reading for both husband and wife because I need to see what is the defect in the mother and father's structure. You know, what happened that the baby has become like this, or the baby is born normal, but they later became, so I have to decipher that. Then I saw this is a doable case, 2-3 minutes of my DNA programming for him. Before even he left my office, his gaze started fixing. Otherwise, the baby's pupils were up, looking, and saliva dripping, and no strength, crooked spine, dent in the head, and everything. And then I'd give normally people a prognosis in that moment in time, what to look for, when. Then I'd given in 6 months' time, you'll be able to have a grip. Because when you have a grip, means your brain is functioning. Neurons are alive. So, interestingly, within a week, he got a grip. By fluke, we noticed it. Because he has got a small toddler sister. That baby was going and kind of irritating. He held her hand and pushed. Trust me, we really celebrated. But 1 year of a traumatic change in the body, painful, helplessly, they'll rush the baby to the hospital, give me a call, I'll say nothing will happen, hold the baby together. I have to train them, because when your body is moving, how could you expect it to move without a fits, without a pain, without a jerk? So I have to train them too. They are the first ones as a couple conscious parenting trainers, which I've trained them, and they did. Next slide, please. And today he plays music. He grew up after 5 years of redundant living. Okay, next slide. There's another baby I'm dealing with. I don't have any result of it later date, but I know after a month what happened. This is also cerebral palsy patient, but much better, 5-year-old again. But the baby can recognize, laugh, a little bit of grip. But then spine was this. This is another indication of all this kind of patients. Then we saw it moved and straightened up, the spine. You know, this is one. Next, please. So I don't have the current report about them. And then this is one spine. Maybe some of you can't see it until they put off the light. There is this 25-year-old lady with a collapsed spine. So she used to limp like this and walk, okay, all the time. She came to me for the pain in the leg. I said, let me see what's the reason. And then I saw her spine was like really collapsed. And I asked the story behind. She said, this happened when she was 3-year-old in a function. Somebody threw her against the wall. She got that, and from then on, she's living with this. Then I did, and then the next month she came and watched me. Her spine started moving, and then the 3rd month, she now walks straight. Why am I saying this? It's okay, I shouldn't say this, but the whole point here is when you're working on a proper technique and tools with energy medicine, it's beyond your own imagination. The matter moves. Okay? The matter accommodates. Next, please. And this is many other cases in those years. Parkinson's disease, you know, we have done, and arthritis we have done, rheumatoid arthritis we have done, many cases. And right now I'm handling the 2.5-year-old girl born with diabetic. She was already implanted with a pump. I'm closing. That's why I said skip. And then this girl's parents are really traumatized. They don't know where to go, what to do. And they have used a pump which is only 65% accurate. Can you imagine? 65%. Yeah. Yep. That not yet result found. So this baby I'm working last 2 years, and this baby's report shows with the Bluetooth we get the report. What is the requirement of the the insulin needed for the baby every hour? Okay, that report I get, and I give my report. The baby is grown very well, beautiful, normal. If you don't know her case, you wouldn't know that she's having that. But the challenge is to remove her off the pump. How long will she live with a pump on? You know, this is a case. And one more I'm doing it is a premature baby, a special baby, born with a nose bridge not there, and also the spine gone, one rib missing. And I'm just working on it, but definitely we removed even the Riles tube couldn't be given. She couldn't take the feed, she's underweight, but she's able to at least now drink. But I cannot claim anything yet. We will do our work and we'll show. But I want to tell you one thing very distinct to our work. People scold me, don't be so bold and say. I said, why not? You know, why are we living in insecurity? Why are we living with fear? When there's a possibility, tell it. So when you go to a medical, excuse me, please, and when you go there, they do a proper diagnosis. Their line of treatment is perfect. They do that to you. Do they guarantee you any result? Think. Your money, your consent, your body. Nothing happens. With me, when I take a case, when you come to me, our center, it's a sure shot, there's a scope for you. Okay, there is definitely, because I truly believe people send their prayers upstairs. Somewhere they get redirected and they come to us from far and away. So when they come to me, I take some time to really find out, is this person ready or not? If I take a case, 100% we have produced the result. Subject to 2-3 people, we lost them because they chose to go after they were improving in the ecology, did not support. Some people said, I don't see it and I can't pay you money. Nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened. They disappeared. This is, but the failed cases, God bless, not yet. Maybe I will look forward when I do more work. Now tell me, this is what I could offer to you. This is a technology at play in this place. So swing out, learn, and do everything. Then we will be talking slowly tomorrow and day after. And look out for being the stakeholders of the vision that we are creating and an institute we are going to create. Okay? Thank you very much for a great hearing. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Mahesh. That is, you're talking about through the sound, recalibrating the DNA. I don't use the sound to recalibrate the DNA. We use DNA recalibration, okay? But before that I put up a sound therapy, how the sound could shape shift you because you're a pure energy. There are definitely certain frequency combination of it we use, but these are two different techniques, okay? DNA reprogramming is entirely different than the sound therapy, okay? We don't combine the two. When I do a DNA, I do a DNA, okay? Okay, and then we definitely work on the sound therapy itself is a beautiful course for anybody to learn, and it's so beautiful. Again, all over the world, culturally, all of us know the importance of sound therapy. Now we have a method to show you how the sound can shape shift you. But two different things, okay? Each one or a subject by itself. When that I'm talking to you about the Quest Research Foundation, we will be offering you the courses. I am not the only person. I'll only do DNA reprogramming, which I'm good at, and the rest will be taught by all of them across the globe, okay? Okay. Okay, sorry about it. I might have to correct. DNA reprogramming, I don't do with sound therapy. Okay? Got it? Yes, thanks. You have a question? Hey, hi. Hey, Dr. Shobarani. Yeah. Can we, I'll take only your question. I've given you all the notebook. Actually, I have copied from Dr. Patrick Porter's summit, very badly copied. So there is their questions, please write. We are going to have a panel discussion. That time I can answer all your questions, okay? Because Dr. Mahesh was going to, I said I should answer him. Okay, thank you. Introduce her. Yes, Jacqueline. Yes, please. Jacqueline is somebody I always admired. I think it's my blessing. Yes. She'll come up. Do you want to come up, Jacqueline? Yes. She's Jacqueline Jacques. She goes to her French Canadian, simplified, and she goes to her home only once in a year. She's all over the world, traveling, training. She's an inspiration to be with her all the time. And she will be talking to you on Skio Eductor. She's a super trainer for that.
Thank you so much. I am so pleased to be here. I was not supposed to be here because I had another commitment, and it was canceled. Then Rita invited me to come, and I'm so happy. And it is a beautiful place here. And I am happy to see faces that I saw the last 2-3 years. Yeah, so I'm happy to see you. So very wonderful. Welcome again.
She thought she'll go to America for a conference. I said, I miss you so much. And then she couldn't go. She came from Qatar. I said, you shall not miss it. You shall be here. She drew down on road from Tiruvannamalai to now. 6 o'clock she started. She arrived. Thank you.